I'm going to make this video real quick. This system's been modified, so please, understand that your system may not look like this. But what it will look like is you'll have a black tank, and then on your vintage campers, you didn't have a gray tank. What you had is a line coming from all of your kitchenette and from your bathroom sink and from your shower into this line here, and it would either A, drain directly out into the campsite, or B, what they'd have you do for boondocking is they would have you take this cap off, put some petroleum jelly or some Vaseline, a very, very liberal amount of it, put it back on, tighten it down, hope that it holds, then you would crack this valve. This was the only valve that you had on most vintage campers. So you'd crack this open and everything would backfeed into the black tank. Now the black tank should be sized accordingly to your fresh water tank. Should. We all know what that means. Now what that means is that you would have gray water, or your sink, food waste, bathroom sink and or shower draining directly into your black tank, as well as feces and urine and all that good stuff would be mixed into one really good cauldron that, if this gave out, would go all over your campsite. Or better yet, at the end of a beautiful camping trip, you'd go to dump it, and you would go ahead and you would close this, and then you would open this valve here, and everything that was backfed into that line would come squirting out at you. So in the instructions, they actually told you to carry a bucket with you and be ready for the disaster that was about to unfold. Thankfully, some people got wise and they started installing valves at the end of the line. This is what I did. I installed a bunch of new black tank or black line. My PVC line would come out, it tees off into this black tank, and then it also continues down into a valve that I close. So in my situation, instead of tightening this cap down, I close my valve, I crack this open, and now I'm in boondock mode. When I go to dump, all I have to do is take this cap off, hook my dump line, and pull this valve, and everything comes out all at once. Now in modern situations, what would happen is you would dump your black tank first, and then in most cases with newer campers, this line, for some ungodly reason, is like 10 feet long, and you'll have wastewater, the bad stuff, draining out. And what they tell you to do is dump this first, and then dump your gray tank, and that would flush that 10 foot, 5 foot, whatever stretch of line. Plus, it would also clean out whatever line you have attached that's going into your dump site, and then you don't have that odd look of like toilet paper just hanging off, and you're looking at the guy across from you like, yeah, that was a doozy, So, in short, that's how that's done now. But how we have to do it on these vintage campers with one tank is either A, tighten this SOB down, get ready for the fun that's going to happen when, camping trip is over, or B, install a valve like I did. That should wrap it up. If there's any more questions, please, include those in the comments.